right or wrong answer. There was a video on YouTube about, is it cheaper to fuel in a state where the taxes are cheaper at the pump, or if the taxes are cheaper to run through the state? And you know, that's just where you have to boil down to do the math and everything else, and I'm not doing all that.
But then you do it because when you're out here on the road, you're looking for that cheap gas. You're looking to save the extra $2.50.
Yeah, that's just at the pump, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the tax at the pump isn't high, or the tax to drive through the state isn't high. I'm just getting the fuel discount.
But then that's the IFTA then. So, okay, so when I first was told about IFTA, I thought you had to pay every state. Like if you ran through that state or got diesel in that state, you had to actually keep track of how many miles you did in that state. And then at the end of the month, send a tax for that mileage through that state. That's what I thought IFTA was.
Yeah,
but then they was like, no, don't worry about it. They keep track of it, and they go back based on where you get diesel in.
That's what IFTA is. What's it called? International Freeway Tax Act or something. So basically, before GPS, you would have to write down your mileage. So your beginning mileage at every state border and your end mileage at every state border. That's what you would have to do.
Right. That's what I thought it was. You have to know how many miles you did in that state for that day.
Right. So, and when you do that, so then at the end of, because IFTA is every quarter, every 3 months. So at the end of every 3 months, or at the end of 3 months, it'll total up your mileage in one particular state. And then they're going to go by how much they're going to charge you per mile to go through that state. And if you haven't bought any fuel, then that's how much money you owe that state for driving their highways. If you bought fuel, then they would deduct that from how many miles you drove through that state. But the problem is, I think Indiana and Oregon are the two states where they double tax you.
Right, but I don't think Oregon requires you to have the Oregon permit anymore.
I don't know, because I don't go to Oregon. I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it because
you don't worry about it, even though you still have to pay tolls. Because I'm on 80 right now, and I'm going on a toll road. Like it's tax on top of tax on top of tax.
No, I don't worry about Oregon. I've only driven through Oregon once.
And you got the 24-hour permit.
I don't know. Mercer, I told him I was going through Oregon, or I was delivering or whatever, and they faxed me the permit. So I just put it in. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was for. That's why a lot of companies don't actually put the permit in the permit book, because it's something that you have to buy when you go through. But anyway, what are you talking about, toll roads? I don't worry about toll roads because I avoid them.
Right, so toll roads, they charge you a toll to drive on their road. And you said the same thing about IFTA. They charge you a tax to drive on their road. It's tax after fee after toll. No matter what we're doing, we're being taxed.
And that is the argument for the owner-operators of why the freight needs to pay more. Because they're digging into our pockets, taking less money, but yet the brokers and agents are pocketing more money.